Hello and welcome to another week's weekly reading vlog. It is Monday, I'm in my pyjamas, I am working, I'm just waiting for something to load, but we have a very busy week, and that is because within the next 24 hours I will just about be landing in Denmark. Am I fully packed? No. Am I ready to go? No. Have I slept yet? Well, obviously last night, but I need to sleep again. I need to get to the airport, I need to check in. It's 2 flights, and in 24 hours I'll nearly be landing, which is kind of horrific. It's a very early morning for me here. But plans for the day are to finish Be With Me by Jennifer L. Armentrout, obviously on top of working and everything. This, I was up till 1 AM last night reading. I am besotted with this book right now. I just need to devour it, so that is what I'm going to be doing. I also need to do my next roll for Forensic February because this will finish my first move around the board. This is my 5-star prediction, and then I've already read one book on my next roll, which was a buddy read. So at some point today I need to do my next roll so that I can carry on reading around the board. Whether I'm going to take a physical book or a book on my Kindle, that will come down to what I roll. I have space in my bag for a physical read. Who knows how often I'll get to it. I really want to explore Denmark when I'm there and just go for walks in the evening. We'll see. I don't know how much walking time I'm gonna get, but yeah, I have a little bit of travel to do, so I'll probably take my Kindle as well, but I do need a physical book to keep me company. So back to work for the rest of the day. Somehow gonna get this done. Okay, I just finished Be With Me by Jennifer L. Armentrout, so I cracked the case. It was my 5-star prediction and I gave it 5 stars. And then that means I've started my second case. I already have voted in The Wrong Bride by Katharina Mora as a buddy read. And then there is a book I read earlier this month called The Quiet Tenant, which I do need to fit into a prompt because it's not currently matched to a prompt. So we're going to roll. Hopefully I can match The Quiet Tenant first and then pick another book, but we'll see. I've had to use a Google dice because I'm not going to go through my board games to find a dice. So let's roll. I'm scared. And we've got a 2. Oh my god, amazing. So that is Crime Scene Photos, photo on the cover, like a photographic cover, which The Quiet Tenant works perfectly. So I'm gonna count that one as The Quiet Tenant, and then I'm gonna roll again. And we have a 1, which is Weapon on the cover, which I found the hardest to fit last time. So we need to find a book with a weapon on the cover. I am in Denmark. So as I said previously, I will not talk about my company directly through fear of being fired. However, I am currently in Denmark and I am so appreciative to be part of a company that makes things like this possible. I'm so excited to be here. Yes, I'm just sat in a hotel at the minute in Denmark. Like, I literally don't even have a good view right now. It's just the roof. But oh my god, today I've flown through Amsterdam. It never goes smoothly. We missed our connection. I had my first aborted landing. That was terrifying, but experienced that. And then landed in Denmark, and I've never hired a car. I have never driven on the wrong side of the road. I've never driven anything bigger than a Fiat Punto, which is what I have now. And I've never driven an automatic. I crossed all of those things off in one go. I was doing 130 kilometers an hour down the Danish motorway and loving life. So yeah, I just feel really proud of myself right now. I feel really proud to be part of a company that lets me do this. And yeah, me and the boss are going to go and have some dinner tonight. I've still got a little bit of work to do, but it's been a very long day and I'm slightly exhausted. So I don't think we'll be out too late. But yeah, I can't believe I'm here. I hope to show you a little bit more. I'll give you like a room tour and stuff when I've settled a bit. I've got some work to do, as I said. But yeah. What is my life? Hey guys, it is now Wednesday night and I am absolutely exhausted. It's like 6:30. We haven't gone out for food yet. We met for breakfast at 7, went straight to the office and sat in meetings, or a meeting, until 5:30, maybe even 6. It's been really productive, it's been really great. I'm so grateful for my job, but I am really tired. So I went to bed last night at like 9:30. We had dinner in the restaurant and like steak and chips, and it was really expensive in the restaurant, so I'm gonna go find somewhere different tonight. But yeah, I've just realised I've left my coat in the car, so I'm gonna have to go get my coat and meet my boss down at reception instead. But yeah, whoops. filmed absolutely nothing because I'm awkward. I filmed my food. I had a really lovely time. I'm putting this on the internet even though like technically she could find it, not that I think she would, but I was so paranoid that it'd be awkward between me and my boss. But we have had such a lovely evening. We've just had like a really emotional chat about like what she's done with her career and what I want to do and like how we've got to where we are. Like everything's just been really, really pleasant and nice. And then we went shopping. Well, we went into the supermarket, so it's not exactly vlog content, but I don't know if you guys remember, some of you might, I tried a box of Danish sweets before and I had a chocolate in the office this morning and I was like, this feels so familiar. And then I had a drink in the office and I was like, this feels familiar too. And it is this drink. I have absolutely no idea how you pronounce it, but I tried it in that Danish snack box. And I also tried these chocolates. So I was like, oh my God, I have to go to the supermarket and find some. So I got those. I also got these. I have no idea, but my boss was like, they're really good. And then we bought our two colleagues that we'll see in the office next week, these sweets that I also tried in that video, and they're called Spunk. So we bought them for our colleagues. So yeah, I just bought, like, spent money on stupid stuff I didn't need, but like work trip. I might buy some more stuff in the airport tomorrow, to be quite honest. But just very happy to be here. It's now bedtime. I have my very snazzy Cupra car key that I will never own in real life, but I get to feel cool driving that tomorrow. We've got like an hour and a half of driving to where we're going. We've then got like another drive to the airport. I need to shower now, pack, get ready to leave tomorrow. It's quite intense, quite intense. But yeah, we'll be on the way home tomorrow, which will be fantastic. I really wish I could have explored a little bit more, but by the time we got back here, it was already dark. I was not gonna walk around. I wanted to go to like the docks, because we're like right on the coast, but just in the dark. There wasn't really an opportunity as well. Not that I like resent it, but my boss stuck with me. So it wasn't like I could just drift off and do my own thing. Like we were just doing what we wanted to do. So yeah, we had a little bit of a walk for dinner. I had a pork belly burger and I had like a nut and marzipan cake and a coffee. Like it was really, really sweet. But yeah, I'm waffling now. I need to get in the shower. I think this is gonna work. So vlog, hello, currently on Patreon reading sprints with everybody and reading Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone, but not absolutely loving it. So I want to do my next roll to see what I get, you know, like how I can move forward. We have a high vlog from Emily and a high vlog from Marlene. But yeah, I just wanted to actually, high vlog I'm rolling too. I love that, Amy. So yeah, I want to do a roll and pick my next book. So I'm currently reading Murder Weapon. This is where I am now. Annoyingly, I'm not going to be able to do a counter on here. So I'm on the wrong screen. Let's roll the dice. Oh, I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. Okay. 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. First person point of view. That's going to take me so long to decide because that could be so many books. Oh, I just moved my camera. First person point of view. Okay, I'm gonna have to go think about this at the start of the next sprint or while we're still chatting, but I will update the vlog when I have read something and I'll carry on chatting to the chat. I know what I mean. Hello guys, it is Saturday morning and first of all I would like to apologise for the lack of content from my fun trip. And yeah, I've just been putting off like catching you up because I realised it was going to be a big update. So I've been putting it off and putting it off, which just makes the update longer and longer. So here we go. As I obviously said, and I have recapped probably, I was in Denmark Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. My trip started at 2:30 AM when I woke up on Tuesday and I got home at 11 PM on Thursday. So it was a very, very, very long trip. But it was also really productive for me professionally, particularly. I didn't do any reading, which I'll come on to, but yeah, it was overall, we flew through Amsterdam. We actually had an aborted landing, which I don't know if I talked about, but it was absolutely terrifying. So we ended up missing our connection and getting stuck in Amsterdam, and then travelled on to Billund in Denmark, where we'd kind of given up on the day. We did a bit of work in the hotel and went for dinner. Then it was a full day in one of the company's offices on the Wednesday. We were there for about 8 and left at about 6 and went out for some lovely dinner actually. I had a really nice pork belly burger. It was exactly what I wanted. And they asked if we wanted dessert. I looked at my boss like, yeah, we do. So we got some dessert, which was really nice, and a coffee. Then Thursday we were up again at 7, drove down to a harbour to see like the seaport accepting of goods, and then drove to the other company's main offices and warehouse. So yeah, I find it really hard to talk about my job because I don't want to give too much away. I do work for an international traded company that's had a mixed amount of press in the past, but yeah, we are dotted about the globe, lots of different organisations, but my division I guess is kind of similar, but we have lots of companies throughout the world. I think my division looks after about 70 companies, at least 70 slightly trading companies, so we really are everywhere. And that meant seeing the people in Denmark. There was an acquisition last May, so it was a company that we brought into our group, and then they purchased a company and also brought them into the group. So it was potentially the first time a lot of them had met us in person, and yeah, it was really productive in terms of like building relationships and stuff. And God, I sound like I'm making a LinkedIn post with how I'm wording this. But it was actually very productive for me personally, because it started with a joke that they would like me to go and work in Denmark and fix their problems. And that kind of ended up being a full conversation about whether there is a position for me short term in Denmark, which is a very big potential. And I'm not going to go too much into it here because I don't want to talk about things that aren't happening and like get into it. However, there is a slight potential that I will be spending some time this year in Denmark, which is just mad, isn't it? It's just mad that that's even a potential. I don't really have the capacity to answer questions on that because it's not happening, there's no plans. But yeah, that's just madness that I've been offered a position in Denmark. What I also have found out about the whole how to integrate YouTube in my new working career. I'm not saying I travel the most out of everyone, but the whole normal experience to me of getting on a plane, going through airports. We had 4 flights in 3 days, one of which was chaotic, missed a connection. I was driving a hire car on the wrong side of the road. That's the kind of thing that if I was sat next to a friend, like we would have filmed, it would have been like a vlogging experience, but it's just a little bit different with work. So I am going to try my absolute best, and I don't want to keep making promises that I don't deliver on, but I want to try to make sure I vlog more of that content, because I was bringing you along for every aspect of my life, and I feel like I'm really dropping, and I'm not trying to make myself sound even worse, and please don't click off this video because you're like, yeah, she is dropping. But I feel like I used to find the everyday things way more exciting, and now I'm just like, oh, don't bore them with this, like they don't want to see this because they've been watching for so long, but maybe you still do. So yeah, I'm going away in 18 days to see Cole. Still madness that it's so close. I haven't even thought about packing yet. Normally I'm like ready to go 5 weeks in advance because I've been waiting for so long. Because I haven't been waiting for that long, I'm not like, I don't know, I'm not completely bouncing around excited. Clearly I am, and I will get there, but I'm not like early excited this time. I can't wait to see him and just to squeeze him and hug him and like love on him. I'm so happy that I'm going to be able to do that, and so happy that I feel comfortable driving on the wrong side of the road now, because that was like my biggest fear, was driving a hire car that was automatic on the wrong side of the road. And now I've done that in Denmark in a Cupra. Like, it was such a nice car. So now I've ordered like literally a Ford Fiesta. I don't need a flashy car, I just needed a vehicle, and I feel comfortable doing that. Clearly I won't be able to vlog myself driving with just me in the car, but I am going to try my absolute best on that trip to film the things that I might find like normal. Clearly you can't film security content at the airport. I am in the very fortunate position that I find it normal to travel through an airport, to get on multiple flights, so why not vlog it? You know, I've probably made a complete word salad of that. I know that I'm in a fortunate position to be able to do that. And yes, it isn't reading, but I used to show you guys absolutely everything. It doesn't have to be reading, so I need to include that in my vlogs again. Part of me wants to do a dedicated travel vlog. I don't know if people would be interested. I'm thinking about it. My only problem is I'm going on a Thursday, so it's just like middle of the week content, so I may as well put it in the normal vlog, and then I want to make sure I still have a normal vlog amount. Sorry, I'm also really sick. I haven't addressed that. I'm really struggling. I don't know what I'm going to do because I'm supposed to be going to a wedding fair tomorrow and then hanging out with my friend's nan. But I need to check she's not like vulnerable in any way. Because I don't want to pass this on. I do really want to go to the wedding fair though, because it's at the place I want my wedding to be, which is just mad. I need to stop talking. I've been talking for 8 minutes. Oh my god, I haven't even told you about the books. So I'm reading Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone. I'm currently 166 pages in, so I am gonna have this finished today, all things being said. Like, I need to finish this. I think it's gonna be a 3-star though. I'm not really vibing with the writing style. It's very much break the fourth wall, and although that is fun, like, it's done in a way that I'm like, okay, I'm not really... It's one of those things you have to keep up throughout every chapter of the book so that you're like, yeah, reader, I know you're listening. And it can get quite tiring. Like on one of the pages it says, don't worry, the next death isn't for 67 pages or something. And it's just like, yeah, I feel like I don't know if it works. I don't know if it works in my brain. So anyway, that is what I'm currently reading. And then you saw me do the roll around the board and get first person point of view. I picked 2 books off my shelves and let the patrons that were in reading sprints pick. So we have gone for the title I keep saying and then thinking, oh my god, I'm going to get demonetized on this video. S-Bag by Zena Knox. I've had this a very, very long time, but it is told in first person point of view. It's about a teenager called Freya who collapses and wakes up with an ileostomy bag and gets sent away to what they've called Poo Camp, which is a place for kids with bowel disease to bond and enjoy the summer together. I feel like this is going to be a very emotional read, but also quite an easy one to read. And seeing as we only have 7 days left of the readathon, which includes 5 days work, 2 days in the office as well in that, I need to get my reading up to speed. So this is what I'm going to read next. I'm thinking just have this finished today. I don't really want the added pressure of this. I am going out for dinner with some friends later. And I want to go and do some shopping in town actually as well, because there's a few bits I want to get before I go away. That's my 10-minute ramble. I hope some of that made sense. I'll check in with you later. Hello. I am basically ready to go out. I got dressed. I don't like my outfit, so I will be getting changed very quickly. I really want to wear a skirt, but it's not quite warm enough for a skirt, so I need to find the right one so I don't regret it. Anyway, I went out for my walk today and I picked up my copy of The Darkness Within Us by Trisha Levenseller, which I ordered on Vinted, and it is the Fairy Loot special edition. Like, look at those sprayed edges. It is so pretty. I'm a massive fan. And yeah, now I can carry on with the series. I only read The Shadows Between Us a couple weeks ago, so knowing me, I'm not going to pick it up anytime soon. But I'm really happy to have this copy. It is slightly damaged, which I didn't know about, but like the damage is really minimal, so I'm just gonna get over it. God, Chloe from 2 years ago could never. But yeah, I got that. And I tried to read a little bit more of Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone. I'm on page 198, so quite a bit left to read. I'm going to take this with me now because I'm hoping I'm going to get to town way before my friends, and I can just like sit and read and have a drink and wait for them. So that's the plan, to start reading this. And I have been listening to the audiobook of House of Earth and Blood. I wanted to annotate it and like tab it, which is why I was holding off on the audiobook, but I just felt like the audiobook is going to be the way I consume it more easily, and it's the way I have any chance of reading the 3 books over the next 3 months. So I started listening to the audio. But yeah, time for me to track down into town, get changed first because I don't like the skirt, and then I'll be heading down to meet some friends for dinner. Hi, I'm incredibly sick. For once, it's not a hangover. Good news, right? But I have been, it's Sunday at like 6 p.m. I've been in bed all day. I watched a little bit of Yellowstone and I had a good nap. But yeah, I feel like absolute crap. I've put on a bit of a smile to film a vlog clip because yeah, I'm not good. However, a book just arrived. I haven't ordered anything, so I have absolutely no idea who or where or why, but it is exactly what I need today, feeling like utter crap. Definitely perked me up for a minute. Oh, we have the Baby Dragon Cafe. I really wanted this. I've seen that it's really good and just like cozy fantasy cuteness. Where fire meets desire. When Saphira opens her cafe for customers with pet baby dragons, she isn't expecting it to be quite so hard to keep the fires burning. But her young dragon patrons keep incinerating the furniture, which means selling coffee isn't covering her costs. Local heartthrob Aidan is a gardener, though his disobedient baby dragon is a major distraction from his beloved plants. However, Saphira's cafe gives him an idea. He'll ask Saphira to train his dragon and pay her enough to keep the cafe afloat. Just seems very, very sweet. So why do I have this? That is absolutely adorable. This is from Hyper, who is part of the Patreon, and they popped up in reading sprints, and I hadn't seen them in a while, so I was like, oh my god, like, happy to have you here. And it says, just wanted to say a huge thank you for the Patreon sprints. I had such a wonderful time and your videos are always such a delight to watch. That is absolutely adorable. I am so touched by that. So touched. That is, do you know what? That is just what I needed right now. Just what I needed. I'm behind on like editing and scheduling and stuff because I was leaving so much of it to do today, and the idea of that makes me want to physically vomit. There's no way I could look presentable enough to do videos. So yeah, that has really perked me up. Thank you so much. I now am gonna sit, I'm trying to finish Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone. I'm not enjoying it. Like, I should have DNF'd, but I've carried on, so I need to finish it now. So I'm kind of just sat reading that, hoping to get to the end of it, because after today there's only 5 days left of the readathon, so hopefully I start to feel a bit better and I can power through some books, because I am not on my second, like, I haven't finished my second go around the board, so I need to speed up. But for now, yeah, I'm just gonna go sit and smile over this. Hello, it's now a little bit later on Sunday. I still don't feel good, so it is time to wrap up the vlog and then I can go to bed and watch some more Yellowstone. I don't think I'll be awake very late, but yeah, I'm gonna watch another episode. I did manage to finish Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone by Benjamin Stevenson, and I've given it 2 stars. I really didn't like this book that much. I definitely wanted to because I've heard really good things, but the writing style is just not for me. I also felt like the mystery wasn't very exciting at all. I could have given it 3 stars if it had like a really good plot twist, but I just didn't really care for it whatsoever. So yeah, unfortunately this wasn't a win for me. Not my favourite thing I've ever read. However, that is now going to be the last book I finish in this weekly reading vlog. So if you got to this point in the video, please leave me a murder weapon emoji. This is for my murder weapon prompt. We have a knife and a gun on the cover, so leave me an emoji of a murder weapon. Could be anything. Be creative. I'd love to sit and chat, but I physically can't. I feel really nauseous right now. I wanted to try and start this book for my next prompt, but the idea of literally sitting with my book just makes me feel quite queasy. So I'm gonna go watch Yellowstone, because that is definitely the most productive way to spend the next hour or so before I pass out and go to sleep. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in my next one.